Hello, and thank you for stopping by. My name is Ryan, and I will be addressing a question that we frequently receive, and that is how should I dispose of my computer, tablet, smartphone, or other device? Well, before we begin, I just want to toss out a brief disclaimer here. One thing to remember is that technology changes at a rapid pace, and the suggestions and topics that I discuss will not be applicable in all situations, with all devices, or at all times. So it's important to keep this in mind when you make your final decision on what to do. With that said, let's move on. You may ask, why is proper disposal and sanitation important? Well, many, if not most, of the people that I interact with on a daily basis use their computers, tablets, smartphones, and other devices for a variety of tasks that often deal with sensitive information. As a result, information regarding online banking, tax preparation, personal photos, and other documents with sensitive information are often left behind on your device, typically in obscure locations that aren't easily apparent to you as the user. So if the device is old, why shouldn't you just throw it out or take it to a recycling location? Well, dumpster diving. Yes, dumpster diving. As silly as it sounds, it's a surprisingly effective method that is used by attackers to perform reconnaissance or information gathering on their victims. In many cases, they find sensitive information from their target's devices. Using tools that are often free, attackers are able to extract data from your devices if they are not properly sanitized and disposed of. So what about resale? Some people desire to sell some of their equipment to others. Oftentimes in this scenario, what we see is that the device is formatted and restored back to factory defaults and sold with the misconception that the information is not accessible by the new owner. However, this is unfortunately not the case. So what are your options then? Well, to discuss this, we will use the NIST Special Publication 800-88 Revision 1. For those of you that are unfamiliar with NIST, NIST stands for National Institute of Standards and Technology. According to NIST.gov, NIST is the federal technology agency that works with the industry to develop and apply technology, measurements, and standards. NIST publications are widely used as guides and best practices throughout government agencies and corporate organizations. However, this information is also useful for home users and small businesses. So in this publication, there are three primary methods for handling devices, particularly the storage media, such as hard disk drives, solid-state drives. The first method that we will touch on is the clear method. This method is probably one of the most widely used, but also the least secure. This method is where users perform a quick format of a computer or restore a smartphone to factory defaults. In many cases, people do this as the only precautionary step, and they often believe that their data is permanently deleted. Unfortunately, as I previously mentioned, this is not the case. In fact, in many instances, recovering sensitive information in a scenario such as this is almost as easy as if you had not formatted the drive in the first place. So, with that said, this method is not the recommended approach if you are looking to dispose of your device or even sell it. So the second method is the purge method. This class of actions can vary in many ways and includes such tasks as block erase, cryptographic erase, degaussing, and my personal favorite, the ATA secure erase. Of these mentioned tools, the block erase technique is probably a favored and more known approach, but it's also probably the least secure of these four approaches. The third method is physical destruction, and as you can imagine, this is the most secure method. However, it's important to ensure that the storage media is destroyed adequately. According to this NIST article, this includes pulverizing the storage media or incinerating the drive. If even small parts of the storage media is recoverable, special tools and equipment could be used to read information from the recoverable parts of the drive. So it's important that you do a full destruction in this step here. So when you boil it down, what are your options if you're looking to resell? Well, the more expensive option would be to purchase a new storage media for your device. If you have a desktop or laptop, this might entail buying a replacement hard disk drive or a solid state drive. If it is a different device, this might entail buying some sort of flash storage. Depending on the device, however, this might not always be feasible since some storage media is soldered directly to the circuit board. So at minimum, you should look at using a purge methodology. As I mentioned previously, the ATA secure erase is one of my favorites, but the cryptographic erase option is another. Both of these options should leave the storage media in operating order while yet offering a level of security that is significantly better than a quick format or a factory restore. So what are your options if you want to dispose of the equipment? Well, you should do a two-part phase to this, two steps to this. The first that I would recommend is the purge method. Pick one of the options: block erase, ATA secure erase, cryptographic erase, or degaussing, and then a physical destruction, followed up by a physical destruction. So that's it. I thank you for listening, and I hope to shed some light on the importance of properly disposing of your computers, tablets, smartphones, and other devices. Once again, I just want to make you aware that these methods might not be applicable in all situations, on all devices, or at all times. Technology is rapidly changing, and with that, so are the solutions to the issues that arise. If you have any questions that you would like answered, please feel free to contact us. We'll do our best to answer it. Feel free to give us a call, drop us an email, stop by our website. Thanks again, and have a great day.